There was a gentleman in town named Monty Hart that we sometimes associate with, and he has a goat program. We were on Delma 24, and he had invited me to his house where he was staying. He had brought his family down, and he wanted me to meet his wife and kids, so he had invited me for dinner. So we left, and it was supposed to end at 5, but we got done around 4 instead. And we were stuck in traffic at in front of the airport. And at first it was like the car behind us hit us, and then like the car behind that had piled into it and was pushing, because the truck started going like this. Then the truck started going like this. And then you could see the road was going like that. Then it stopped, and people were screaming and saying Jesus was coming and praising the Lord and screaming out of fear and running. We were right by the UN base and the police station. And the UN, man, they came. They really were good. They were out and responding within like 2 minutes after the earthquake. But they actually had to get out of their vehicles and point their guns at people, for them to stop, to let the traffic come out, because people were so panicked. They wanted to get home or wanted to go, and everybody was driving. There was no order at all into the driving.
I think when it first struck us how vast the earthquake was, that it just wasn't one certain area, that then you start thinking about all your friends, the people that live in the ravines, and we were scared. I remember Keith saying, I don't want to go out and find out what we'll find, you know, because he thought that a lot of our friends would be gone.
Of course, we're worried about our families, and I just wanted to go home, but I had to take him home. I had to get to where they were staying to get him home, and it took us until dark. I was afraid that Keith wouldn't have been home, and it's shorter anyway to go through the back way to get to my house from where I was. So I went in the back way and went up by Keith and Jan's house, and the house was still standing. And Jan's like, thank God you're alive. I'm like, thank God you're alive. Okay, you're okay. I haven't been home. I'm going to go home and see if my house is there and see how everybody is. And so, and Gario and everybody was down by they were down by the road. They were in the churchyard, and they came running up and said, we're okay. And the house was okay. Then Gario said, my sister, we gotta go find my sister. I know she's dead.
But technically it's not here in the house. She was out.
Yeah.
But when she come in, I say here, I need to turn to see my sister and the kid. And when I come in, somebody say me my sister already died.
So we went down. Delma 33 is off of where she lives, and yeah, that was, I mean, it was really, really bad. And we went, and they told him the house had fallen down. Then we were trying to find his brother and the nieces and nephews, and they're like, we don't know where they are. Some people are like, we don't know where they are, but we know that they're alive, because so-and-so pulled them out. Finally, we found out that they were at Pax Villa. It's a crematorium, but it has a big park, and evidently somebody had opened it, and so he found his cousins and his brother-in-law and his nieces and nephews, all of those people. And okay, I said we'd come back in the morning and fix them up. I have one box of stuff that is, I call it my human box. It has bandage material, and it has ibuprofen and Pepto-Bismol and all of that. Plus I keep one set of surgery instruments, you know, to suture people up or whatever, that's never been used on animals. So we went down and started sewing, cleaning up his family's, Gario's family's wounds. And people just kept coming that were hurt, and people were coming there to stay. I I was just cleaning wounds and trying to sew up things. That's something anybody can do. You don't have to be a human doctor. The veterinary training's the same. And then a doctor came and these nurses, and there was just a whole bunch of us working. So during the earthquake, they were outside and the wall fell on Kika, and they were in the street, she and her 2 kids, but nothing happened to them. With the relief effort, that's involving, and I think that there are definitely ways. The Cash for Work is one, and there's other ways that are coming up. Just with the people that we know and the relationships that we've invested in, just supporting these people. There's a lot of large organizations that are doing a lot of large global things, but in this time, people need one-on-one. They need that love of Christ. They need that. They need love. She said it's grace to me that it's because of my grace that I'm here, and after God that they're not in the street because of the help that I gave them. She's given herself to Jesus, and she's going to go on Sunday to the church and become a member, and she's going to give her whole family to God. And they need relationship with people, and so I think that's where we may not reach 1 million people, but if we reach a few hundred, that's enough purpose for being here. If one soul's saved, we've done our job. May not think that that's a worthwhile reason to give, but I can tell you that that's worth more than saving or building 10,000 houses or whatever. Just saving one soul for Christ.
Through the generosity of CVM supporters, CVM has helped distribute over 3,500 tarps, as well as food and much-needed medical supplies. The first weeks following the quake, CVM staff opened their personal homes to provide shelter for several people who needed ongoing medical care. Rural veterinarians have challenges of reaching farm calls. Through generous donations of CVM friends and family, they have received motorcycles, generators, small computers, projectors, and GPS units. CVM joined the U.S. Army 82nd Airborne to help vaccinate 400,000 animals to prevent the spread of disease. Since the earthquake, Christian Veterinary Mission and the Humane Society have opened a veterinary training center to train Haitian veterinarians and youth. Many volunteers have given a week of their time to share their love and knowledge of veterinary medicine. Last year alone, 40 short-term volunteers served through our organization.
A lot of the people who have migrated over the years to Port-au-Prince are going to have to go back to the country. And agriculture is going to be very important to the entire country. The outpouring of love and the gifts and things that the whole world has sent to Haiti has been important, but there will be a time that has to stop, and that Haiti has to get back on its feet by itself. And agriculture is the main way that can happen. Agriculture is not looked at in Haiti as being a good job. Working with young veterinarians and having teams come in, especially college teams, to work with us, and working with youth to show the young people that agriculture is important, that it is a very valuable vocation, whether it's working with animals or whether it's working with plants to feed the rest of the world. We started last year doing some summer camps, and we saw the role that and the importance that those summer camps had, or the impact that camp had on young people in saying, oh, it's okay to be a farmer, it's okay to raise animals, and so if we continue to do that, as some people who have left the country a generation ago are having to go back and start over, I think that's we have a very important role and agriculture has an important role.